All right, guys, it's road trip time. We're heading up to Milwaukee and we're going to the Trainfest. Why don't you come on along? Okay, so I have arrived in Milwaukee. We're at the Baird Center. Pretty sure that's how you say it, Baird Center. We're trying to find the entrance to head in. I'm just kind of following the flow of traffic. But as you see, that is the Baird Center, but that's not the entrance we're looking for. Going up another set of stairs. So I ended up getting here a little bit early, but wow, what a line. All right, we have arrived, and the question is where do we want to start? Let's take a look around. Got a feeling I'm gonna be here for a while. So let's get rolling. All right, so the first booth that we're looking at is trains.com, but not trains with a Z. There is a difference. We have a lot of different books and manuals. And it looks like they're going to have some celebrities, I guess you could call them. Here we have Bachman for you end scalers. Trying to figure out which way I want to go. And trains.com is doing a I don't know if they're running live or if they're just recording. Over in this section over here, it looks like they have some different layouts. Let's go take a walk over there. We do have the Lionel booth right here. We'll be coming back to that. The microphone isn't picking up how noisy it really is in here. So the first layout that we're looking at is the Fond du Lac Society of Model Railroad Hobbyists. This is a nice HO. I love the little wind farm here in the corner. That's pretty cool. Nice little industrial area, some old shacks. We have another layout. It's fun to see the kids, how they're fascinated. Well, I can remember throwing money into one of those as a kid, taking the bus to school. I rode a city bus. It's Milwaukee Transit Museum.
Backseat.
This is a nice trolley setup.
Milwaukee in the 60s.
Who do we have here? Overland Western Lines. I gotta admit one thing. The HO is quiet. And we have another HO layout. This is the European train enthusiasts. Oh, now this is cool. Not often you get to see a big G scale setup. Now, because I have a mic on, you can't really hear, but there is some cool sounds coming out of these trains. Ooh. And off in the distance where the gentleman is standing, there's a cool roller coaster. Look at that. Let's go over and take a closer look at that. I think that's pretty neat. There's all their power setup. Now that, you gotta admit, is pretty neat. And the cool little police car, or train, I guess you could call it. All right, let's move on. So next we have the Wisconsin and Michigan Model Railroad Club. We have another G scale. If I ever move down south, I think I might set up a backyard. Well, if I ever move down south. I like the container gantry over there. That's kind of cool. And the whole gang's admiring their wonderful setup. I like how they even have a little airport here. And, oh no! Somebody had little problems taking off. Or was that landing? Maybe they were watching out for the bears. This is definitely an event that the kids would like. There are a lot of layouts. I got a feeling we're looking at more layouts than vendors. like the Cadillac dealer. Okay, so now this is really cool. It is a circus train. It's sitting in the yard, but let's take a look at it. Got a couple giraffes hanging out. With any circus, you have to have some equipment to move stuff around. Whoops.
Yeah, and one of those. Yeah.
And we have Spring Creek model trains. These guys, if you need something in HO, this is your source. And as you can see, Woodland Scenics has a booth here.
Realistic water product.
Here she's making trees.
What they'll do is there's a way that we can lay it out on parchment paper,
And Kato even has a little thing for the kids to make some stuff. They're giving them little packets, and they can make their own little miniature dioramas. And more Kato. So if you like that end scale, and here the kids have an opportunity to play with the Lion Chief set. This is the Frozen set with the lighted Christmas track, which is kind of cool. And even for the young ladies, they have the Barbie set. That is a battery-operated set. It retails for about $100. Here's a nice display with all the different Polar Express stuff that's available. Passenger set. There's a freight set. Logo on the roof. And this is the Lionel train display.
Oh wow. Oh, that's cool.
So Walters has a booth also. I am a sucker for Amtrak because my son works for them. But unfortunately, how are you today? I don't do HO. But for those of you that do, Display of all the different track pieces and switches that are available. Various buildings.
I still have it. Yeah. I still have it.
Hey, finally, somebody selling stuff. That actually is a good price for those Road Champ cars.
Welcome to the show. The tank engine riding train is in the back left-hand corner of the hall. If you are looking for food, there is a giant concession stand in the back left-hand corner also. There is a satellite stand in the middle of the hall. There is another stand out in the lobby. And then there is food on the first floor as well.
Very good weathering system.
Large seating area.
Okay, so I've disconnected my mic so you can hear some of the stuff that's going on, and maybe we can even talk to some of these people. Micro Mark?
Yeah, that's a promo code. It'll save you 20% on anything I don't have here today online. Okay.
That's the
Yeah, good then.
Yeah. So that's
They get drove back, right?
yeah. I like the
One of these days. Right now, I just use rattle can. But once I get to some detailed stuff. Ooh. Candy. Can't pass that up.
Yeah, sure. You guys like a bag?
This is Midwest Model Railroads out of Independence, Missouri. They're a great source if you want to pick up some N scale and HO scale. Unfortunately, no O scale.
What?
These guys come to the Wheaton show all the time.
Stay here. Stay right here. I don't know where that is.
Might be getting some of the shaker sheets. So it's so noisy in here, you really can't hear me talking, but this is what you can do with using the shaper sheets from Woodland Scenics. So this next booth had a really cool wide variety of pins of all different types. As you can see, you name it, if it was a railroad you're looking for, they had it. I picked a couple up myself. Decided to buy a couple of pins. I'm going to get the Chicago Northwestern, and I'm getting this Amtrak right here.
I want to take one of the railroad things, huh?
We have another display. This is a little bit too high up, in my opinion, for the kids. So now here was a really cool display. I was really impressed with the detail they put into this schoolyard right here.
I'll be making $29 an hour, and I fill my vehicle once a week, and that for gas. Yeah, if I was smart.
Hot dog cart.
I'm going to clean that section of track.
It's got to be a little lonely at the train club today, right?
It's open.
Yeah.
You have to admit, there are a lot of layouts on here. This is a great should have never been something. Fantastic show to bring you to. Trains. USA.
There are concession stands located all throughout the hall, as well as seating areas. And for the exhibitors, the concession stand backed by the riding train has an exhibitor only.
This vendor had nothing but kids' toys, and I figure with all the children at this event, he's probably going to do pretty good. I was really impressed by this vendor. They gave up 3/4 of their space just for the kids to play. And from what I'm told about the cost of these spaces, that's a lot. These guys set up at our local library to display. Check this out.
How you guys doing today? Have a good night?
This is just one of a couple of very cool Lego displays.
I don't know. But look, their track is has metal on it, and it's.
This is Mini Prints. It's a pretty cool setup. They can do a 3D imaging of you and have you 3D printed so you can be a character in your own layout. Now this is really cool, and it's something I'm thinking about doing. You can get an actual...
Your job is to stay as still as possible. If you move your head,
3D printed of yourself.
it's hard to fix.
When I was a kid, they were still switching.
I love the sign.
Actually, it's only 10.
Now we're getting into the area with it's got a few more vendors.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you 2 seconds.
This guy wants 15 for the hat.
Don't go
Meat for 14. This vendor has a lot of different train sets, which is nice. Discounted prices. Tons of reading material, reference material, anything you'd like.
So for those of you that like the remotes, at the Lunami, some more N scale. And here's the guys from IRM. I keep on saying I'm going to go get out there, and I just haven't been able to find the time. So I'm liking this Western Maryland a lot. Seems to be at a good price, $239. That's a set I wouldn't mind getting, but I can't afford that one.
Automatic wire stripper, all you have to do is squeeze and release. Automatically adjusts to any size wire, 10 to 26 gauge. Single wire, double wire, doesn't nick the wire. You can even take your wire, splice it right in the middle. Do a nice tie-in for it. Great for getting into tight spots. Couldn't get into it with one of these. These make it easy. It can go down to, like I said, 26 gauge wire. This is little networking wires or thermostat wires. This can take all of them off at once, doesn't nick the wire. We sell them for 20 bucks here at the show. Buy 2, you get a 3rd one free. We don't have them online yet.
All right, thanks.
Thanks.
So I ended up picking up one of those wire strippers. It looked easy and convenient. At 20 bucks, I'm sure I could have got them cheaper somewhere, probably online, but that works. Hey, we know this guy.
That's right.
It's always nice when you run into people that you know. He had a Chicago Northwestern boxcar that I was very interested in. But he wouldn't come down on his price because it's costing him literally an arm and a leg to be at this show. So I understand. Nice selection of t-shirts. I like this one in particular. Let's go see what I've seen this guy at some of the shows before. So let's go see what we have to look at here. So Mark's set. No. We'll have to see how much that Hiawatha is. Well, worked out a deal on some other oddball stuff, which we'll be showing you at the end of this video. I love the old postage stamps on that box. And that's the newsstand. I'm talking to my camera. I was saying how I love. I was saying, yeah, that's. So I have those passenger cars, not in as good as condition. That's a 333, which I would love to get. And we have some more Lionel stuff to look at here. Nice variety of some Christmas cars. Rail King. Somebody's not happy.
Had I not just spent a bunch of money at the last booth, I would probably be buying these circus cars. They were moderately priced, and they had a nice selection of them.
Okay, lots of more HO. All right, so now this is cool. You don't do anything in O scale, do you? No.
Started getting near my price for the modern one.
Lots of very cool HO scale trucks. Some very nice art. These are a lot of shows you can pick up some cool paintings.
Okay, so don't let this booth fool you. They only brought a smidgen of the kind of stuff that they have available online. If you're looking for it, there's a very good chance that they have it. By the way, this is not a paid advertisement for them.
Perfect. Cooper with Trains.com. We're one of the biggest dealers of used and new products on the market. You can see we have over 100,000 trains and accessories and parts as well. Come check us out at Trains, Trainz.com.
Hey, a quick interruption here.
I want to really make sure you guys know this isn't, I'm not paid for this or anything. I did get to meet the owners. It's a wonderful, I've met both the owner and his wife. They're wonderful, wonderful people. And like I say, if you're looking for some stuff, so a lot of people say their prices are a little on the high side, and of course, I mean, that's their business. One of the things they do is, as stuff's been on their site for a long time, they start marking it down. So definitely check them out. Trainz.com, TRANZ.com, not an S. There is a Trainz with an S. At the very beginning of the video, you saw me showing they were doing some video stuff, but it's Trainz with a Z. So if you're looking for something that used, or they do have a little bit of new stuff, but it's mostly used, definitely check them out. I think they're a good site. I've bought from them multiple times, never had any issues at all, and they're worth checking out.
Gosh, there's something here.
All right, so here we have a nice box cars. There's some in the backpack there. At $20 a pop, that's not too bad. Oh, nice. I believe that's a 30-inch bridge, $45. This is cool. Nothing but circus.
Some of them are, yes. Some of them wood kits, plastic, some stamp metal, some cast resin.
Love that guy's shirt. So here's another really cool Lego display. Somebody's about to eat himself a pig. I'd like to take a minute to apologize for some of the video quality on it being out of focus. I had my camera set to the wrong setting. It was set for cinematic rather than just regular video.
And then you also have to order a couple more parts besides that. Oh, that orange one. What are the things I like about yeah, that's because they
Who's in the market for a new car? Go to Carvana.
Part of the switch that moves that far little blade. Not this. Yeah. You see, this is static. That's the only one that moves. That moves right on.
a starter set or a beginner?
Yeah, you want to start.
Yeah, so.
I definitely was absolutely brilliant. I mean,
Beyond, yeah.
Well, you guys got on the east side.
Yeah.
That was my dad. My dad made it.
Aww. Where can we see that one? Okay.
So, me and the kid were both say, go play with the train. They got it.
Okay, so that about does it. Pretty sure we hit everything. Got a lot of people decided to sit down, take a load off, have a little something to eat. But as for this guy, uh, yeah, I believe I've seen everything here, and I think I've shown you just about everything. So it's time to head on out, head home. Once I get home, I'll show you what I picked up. Thanks for coming, by the way. We'll see you once I get home. Yes. Ah, okay, okay. Oh, no, no, no. All right. We didn't have to get up. But also to come back. That was like 4 different pieces. Okay, so I'm home. It was a long day, I'll tell you. Almost 2 hour drive up, 2 hour drive back. I was there for, I don't know, 3 hours, 4 hours, something like that. But it was a long day. Let's take a look at some of the table's dirty today. Some of the odds and ends I picked up. I was really surprised at how little money I spent. I was expecting to spend a lot. Real quickly, my overall viewpoint of the show, very cool show. One thing I did like, a lot of the manufacturers were there. You had Lionel, Walthers, Athearns, Bachman, the list goes on. Trains with an S.com was there. They were doing a lot of video stuff. Trains with a Z, which at first I didn't think that they were there, but they were all the way in the back. Back past, the way it was kind of set up in the front part, you had most of the manufacturers, and then I was amazed at how many layouts there were. There were tons of N scale, HO, a couple of really big G scale layouts, which was kind of surprised me. You don't see that often at shows. Yeah, lots and lots of layouts. Probably 60 to 70% of the floor space was just the people with the layouts. And then you had a few, I don't know if you call them secondary vendors. There was a couple of hobby shops that were there, and a few guys. There was a couple of guys that I see at a lot of the different train shows that were there also. I was honestly, because I had never gone to this show before, I was expecting a few more what would you call them? Secondary market sellers, guys that are selling up, buying collections and selling collections and that kind of stuff. Pricing wise, pricing on a lot of the stuff was kind of on the middle to high end. I was talking to one of the vendors there, and I was really surprised at how much they pay for their booth space. It was not cheap. So, but the turnout was great. Tons and tons of kids. It's wonderful to see the faces on these kids as they see these trains going by. They even had a Thomas the Train ride that you could ride around. I didn't go to any of them, but they did have a couple of speakers that were like kind of like seminar type things that were on a couple of the other floors. And yeah, it was, all in all, I'll give it an A minus, a B plus A minus range, at least for what I was looking for. As the event went on, I got there. If you noticed in the video at the beginning, you didn't see a lot of people. Towards the end, it was getting really busy, and I left at around, I think it was 12:30, and the event was going on until 5 o'clock, I believe. So there's still going to be a lot more people coming in. And as I was leaving, there were still a lot of people coming in. So real quick, let's get to the items that I picked up. First off, guys know I'm a Chicago Northwestern fan. I got this from the Chicago and Northwestern Historical Society. Those are right there, Historical Society. That's how I know it was. That's where it was from. Yeah, I like this one a lot. And then to go with that, how about a nice long sleeve shirt? Got the 400 on there, and what's kind of like I like about this one is it this sleeve? Oh no, it's this sleeve. And then on the sleeve, it also says Chicago Northwestern. Yeah, that one was pretty cool. There's another shirt that I got. I got this one. I'm only going to be wearing this one for a little while, and then it'll get put away, and then we'll bring it back out again next year. How you like that? When you stop believing in Santa, you get underwear. No trains. I thought that one was a lot of fun. I had to get that one for myself. I got some cool pins. 2 I bought and 2 I got for free. The first, and I showed these in the video, is a nice Chicago and Northwestern one. And this one is it's the front of an Amtrak train. And then from the guys at the Trains booth, they had a really nice Trains pin. And then just a nice little inexpensive Trains pin. I love trains. So those are cool. Remember the video of the lady showing the wire stripper? Yeah, I broke down and I bought one. This is a Vista wire stripper. I'm looking forward to trying this thing out. If it works as good as she said it did, I'm sure I overpaid $20, but kind of cool. From the guys at Trains, which I was kind of happy about this, but I'm not sure if these are the right ones, to be honest with you. I bought some brushes. I bought these for my marks. I had paid $12 for, I think it was for 8 of them, $12 shipped through good old Fleabay. There at the show for $12.60. I got 24 of them, so that's kind of happy. Got some business cards. These were from some of the places that I featured in the place. By the way, I didn't get any discounts or any for any of the people that I'm kind of showing the advertising and stuff like that. I didn't get any, especially in this. I figured maybe she would have given me a discount on this. But yeah, no discounts or anything like that. No paid advertisement, any of that kind of crap. And then Lionel also had some free catalogs. So this is the 20th anniversary. This is their yeah, this is just the 20th anniversary for Polar Express, but it's the volume 2 of the 2024 catalog. And then they had this particular was a vision line that only is covering all the 125th anniversary, but this is for the Hudsons. So maybe we'll take a closer look at these. This is for 2025. Maybe we'll take a closer look at these in an upcoming video. There's so many guys out there that feature the catalog stuff, so you've good chance you've already seen it. And that kind of covers it. Oh, I forgot one thing. I did buy one train, and that was it. One train. And the funny part about it, it was from a vendor that I see at almost all the shows that I go to. So let's take a look at it. This is an American Flyer, O gauge, the Royal Blue 556 with tender. With tender. This guy is in nice condition. I have to admit, it's not too banged up. A little scuffed up right here. The underside is in all good shape. And the other side looks good. He had two. He said, he got a big scratch right there, though. He had two, and he said, he gave me the same price. He says, you pick whichever engine you want, because he had two engines, but only the one tender. And that's the tender. That's a 555 tender. And it's also in, it's got its scratches, but for the price that I paid, I'm happy. He just simply had an old Marks motor that was missing a couple wheels. And I said, hey, you toss this in? It's like, yeah, no problem. And of course, I forgot to throw that in the bag. So next week, he said he's going to be in Wheaton. I'm hoping I'll see him there, and hopefully he remembers that, hey, remember when we did this deal, you were going to throw that in there? So, all right, so all in all, that's the show. I hope you enjoyed the trip with me, and I will be at the Wheaton show next week. I just don't know yet if I'm going to be selling at the Wheaton show. I was on the waiting list for spots. They said it was sold out. It's only a week away. I got to doubt. I strongly think that that I'm not going to be selling. So I did put a request in for both January and February, so maybe I'll be at those shows. I am going to, hopefully, if we can put this all together, I'm going to be going down to the Peoria area next weekend on Saturday. There's a gentleman down there that has been put in charge of selling off a 60-year collection worth from a guy who had passed away. And we've been messaging back and forth, emailing, and hopefully we're going to make some arrangements. I'm going to go down there. I'll pick up a little bit of stuff, but I'm also I want to do a video showing, this guy's collection. From what he's telling me, I mean, it's thousands of pieces, and it would be really cool to just kind of go through it all. He's going to be in the process of selling a lot of it, and then if he allows me, I'll even, put out his information on the stuff that he has and how you can contact him. But that's the next video. I'm not even 100% sure we're going to be going to see him. So, all right, guys. So, yeah, I think that kind of covers it. I think I'm going to sit down. I'm going to relax. I'm going to drink the rest of this and call it a day. I got to go back to work tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday, but normally I don't work Sundays. But I traded off working tomorrow. So next week, because of Thanksgiving, I'm going to end up with a 4-day weekend instead of having to go back to work on Friday and just work one day. So, work smart, not hard, right? All right, guys. Take care of yourselves. Thanks for watching. As always, if you haven't already, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, shame on you. And share these videos with your friends. All right, guys. Take care of yourselves. And by the way, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Choo-choo.
Thank you for watching my Papa's videos.